That's just from the local, in Canada, the local court. Wait till their federal court goes after him for burning and defacing, currency.
Well, yeah. Plus, who's to say that he's not just saying that so he doesn't have to pay, because he's, in his mind, I think that's going to make it exempt. I mean, come on, you're still going to owe the lady that, whether you burn it or not.
Well, yeah, but if you don't have nothing left, what's she going to get? Think of this. He had $1 million retirement. She, in the bank, he takes it out, he burns it all. What's she going to get? I don't know what their Social Security is in Canada, but I mean, it's not going to be what she was expecting.
No, but I still think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be let off the hook because he burned it, or else everybody's going to be burned.
Well, no, the same way the guys that bulldoze the houses down, they end up in jail because the wife was awarded the house, and the house was worth whatever, a couple $100,000 or more. At one case, it was a house that got bulldozed last year. It was worth $1.3 million. The guy rented a big bulldozer. And just, that was the end of the house. So, I mean, yeah, he got some jail time out of it. What'd she get out of it? Well, she certainly didn't get the house. She maybe got the property. Well, North Korea, you know what? Uh-oh. They are really bizarre when it comes to propaganda moments.
Oh, yeah.
They want their citizens and the outside world to believe that the rulers in North Korea, Karina. I love that, Karina. Oh, Karina. Well, anyway, Korea. Okay. Now, I will say this. The last time I said anything about North Korea, guess what? I went on the server the next day, and nobody ever from North Korea pops up. But every time I say North Korea, all of a sudden I get a government little thing that says government of North Korea. Listen. Anyway. Oh. So anyway, what they want to do, Karina, well, he could be a Karina, but in North Korea, they lie so drastically. They make the people there think that, well, the ruler worships the people, and does everything for the people. Well, isn't that nice? If he doesn't like you, he'll take you out to a field and just tie you up against an artillery cannon, and then have them fire it. And then, if that isn't enough, if there's any remains, he orders tanks to run over whatever the remains are. That's what he is like. And if you don't like your uncle in North Korea, you get one of these anti-aircraft guns and just aim it where he's sitting at during a parade and let him have it. Could you imagine? He would look worse than Swiss cheese.
Yeah, there wouldn't be enough of you to bury. Didn't he do that to his own uncle or cousin? Or
that
something?
Was his uncle. Well, of course, his half-brother, he had assassinated in the airport. But you know what? The people love him. Yeah,
you want to talk about, you touched on propaganda. They have it where nothing goes in or out of that country. They have it visible, even with the internet and everything. It's all monitored. Nothing goes in or out. I mean, they truly can manipulate what people... They can mold what people think about everything out in the world because they don't have no clue.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you live in Virginia and your Social Security check didn't come, or you didn't get something else that was important in the mail, well, a post office worker, the guy who delivers your mail, he got busted. He had a mini storage unit he rented because he felt overwhelmed delivering the mail. So when the postal authorities went to check him out, they found 5,000 pieces of mail.
Wow.
Just stashed into this storage unit.
That, I've often wondered, I've had mail that never ever got here. Like, where did it go? It just disappeared. It's like part of the missing. And I wonder if that he had all that mail, if he got any of those ones that we talked about yesterday. It was some kind of warning or something, or notice, or some kind of something. It was 55,000 or 5,000 pounds of them or something.
Well, it was 55,000. I can't believe that. I had people, and I said, go Google it. It's on the news everywhere. This one collection agency, it specializes on student loan debt recovery. They claim their computer malfunctioned, and they sent out 55,000 letters to this one young couple for default. Could you imagine 2 truckloads? That's what it was, 2 truckloads of mail coming, and when you open each one up, it's the exact same thing. If that is, regardless, James, somebody there wasn't doing their job, because you know what? They're machines that print all this stuff out. I'm certainly they don't have 55,000 sheets of paper in it and 55,000 envelopes in it. Somebody had to refill it.
That's right. And not only that, it didn't make them all at once. That took probably a whole day. That's a lot. That probably might took 2 days to make all that. You're right. Somebody had to look at these, or there had to be a proofreader, somebody checking machines or something. I mean, you had 55,000 to one person. You had to see that name at least twice.
Well, you figure the cost, okay, of the machine, the paper, the envelopes, the time to do it, okay, whatever, okay? It probably cost $1 a letter to produce it, okay? You had your postage, the cost of the paper, the cost of the envelope, you know, the cost of the toner for the printer and all that stuff. You're looking $55,000 roughly. Because I did more figuring it out last night after the show. That's like, okay, I don't know how much the guy owed, but $55,000 would be a big chunk. And you know what? That's what I would be suing for. But on top of that, it would be mental anguish, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine, you know, hey, Your Honor, I opened up every one of those 55,000 letters, and everyone said, you know, they're going to sue me and garnish my wage. That's harassment. I don't care if it was malfunction or what. Somebody wasn't doing their job.
Absolutely. And, you know, he probably argued defamation of character on the simple principle that 55,000 of those were printed. That means a lot of eyes had chances to see those that shouldn't have seen his personal information out there somewhere. That's just bizarre.
Yeah. Well, thank God it wasn't me. It got 55,000. Of course, if it was me, you know what? I'd be buying a Rolls Royce and all this stuff very shortly. I'll tell you that.
Isn't that ironic? You got collectors coming for you, end up getting a windfall from them.
Well, can you imagine? You bought a foreclosed piece of property. You bought a home that was foreclosed on, and you got it at a good deal. So now you know what you have to do. You got to go into these foreclosed homes, and you got to do a lot of work, because when people lose their homes, they don't care. You know, when they move out, if they tear the house up, you know, cut pipes, you know, put holes in the walls. I knew one guy, it was laughing that he took out every bit of copper pipe out of the house. You know, because he wasn't going to make, you know, of course, the guy was probably not smart enough. It probably wasn't even copper pipes. But, you know, the thing is, this guy goes in there and he discovers the deceased body of a 39-year-old woman that used to own the house. And she had to have been there because the foreclosure period, the time, you know, and the time it gets auctioned off. I tell you that she had to have been in there for a while, and nobody went in there to check up on it, evidently.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. She must have been, nobody checked on her. She must have passed away in some room. Yeah, that's scary stories right there. She must have a new family or nothing, but that goes to tell you just never know what's behind some of the doors of the houses you're passing.
Yeah, that's scary, because normally when a house is foreclosed, a company comes in and they clean out the trash and they do all this stuff. Evidently, maybe they didn't do their job because they left the body there. Well, guess what? This Italian man was denied Swiss citizenship for not knowing bears and wolves share an enclosure in the local zoo. Italian man was denied Swiss citizenship because he failed correctly to answer a question about zoo animals.
Jeez,
the decision,
I would have failed that one too.
Yeah, the decision was from the federal court of Switzerland.
Isn't that something? I would have failed that one myself. You would have thought they would add, you know, if you failed something like, you know, who was the founding father or who's the current president or, you know, something that's more pertaining to more importance than the arrangements of the zoo animals.
Well, I don't know. I guess, besides Swiss making Swiss chocolate, I don't know. I guess, who knows how other countries ask questions like that? I certainly wouldn't have been. Would you have known that? Would you have known at the National Zoo, bears and wolves share the same enclosure? I wouldn't even think about that.
No, because I wouldn't think they'd even get along because they're both, predators. And they're both kind of territorial sometimes, so I would have never thought they'd even be able to live together under the same roof.
Yeah, well, hey, you had your chance and you blew it there, James. You could have went to India. You could have dressed up as a bear, and you could have been one of the 2,000 people that dressed up as bears to scare off a horde of monkeys.
I doubt if it even would have worked. I've seen videos of these monkeys. They're pretty fearless and pretty brave. And when they got flea markets going on, they come down in packs and steal the food off the vendors and everything. They're just pretty brazen.
Yeah. Well, Massachusetts has a new established pooper. Yeah, I'm talking about a pooper. This Massachusetts woman is a serial pooper. She has been arrested for going into Walmart stores and just pooping down the hallway. She's been arrested going into restaurants and pooping in front of people. Well, she also was arrested and caught this time pooping in a parking lot. And she was caught in the act by a police officer.
I can see the old points Bullington. Have you seen this pooper? They must have had her staked out and they caught her. Boy, what a major arrest that was. Like they put an end to that serial pooper. Oh my goodness.
Oh, she's a party pooper too, probably. But in the picture, right, with her numbers, right across her chest, like that license plate number, she looks like she's bawling her head off. Well, lady, I don't know what your problem is, but most people just don't go pooping in Walmart stores or in parking lots or in restaurants. They use bathrooms. Duh. Has somebody not educated you? And then you're crying because you got arrested and now you feel ashamed? But let's look at the bright side. No one's going to hire you when you get out of jail because they're going to scared you're going to poop right wherever you're working. I have no idea. Well, a California homes was evacuated. A lot of homes in Northern California neighborhood when a 70-year-old man just died of natural causes. What they found was a mass amount, hundreds and hundreds of military explosives in his house.
Wow. He's sitting on a time bomb right there. Huh.
Oh, yeah.
Just waiting to go off.
Oh, yeah. I got a few more when we come back from break. A big shout out to Barb. She's about the only one out there besides me and you. And are you even on the chat tonight?
I'm still trying.
Yeah, that's what I sent off a email to Speaker today. I said, people can't get on to it. Unfortunately, I found out the company that owns this app is in Germany. So there's a time difference. So I'll hopefully hear something back like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning why people aren't being able to get on it. Barb, you are so right. Shit does happen.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I finally got on. Yeah, they're like 6-7 hours behind us.
Yeah.
Or ahead of us.
Okay, we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes. And tonight we've got a great guest, Mark K. Sargent. He's going to be talking about the flat earth. So stay tuned.
Sun diving for a dream, scintillas in the street.